Well, sometimes the fire in your business started in your backyard. You might be wondering what backyard he's talking about. Not in your funnel, not in your positioning, certainly not in your offer, and might be not in your content, but somewhere behind you. Somewhere you stop looking. And this is where founders lie to themselves. Because when the business starts feeling fucked up, the first thing we do is open the business dashboard, CRM or whatever. We look at the leads, the sales, the content, the ads, the LTV, follow-ups, conversion, cash, maybe. And sometimes, yeah, that is where the problem is. Sometimes your offer is unclear. Sometimes your sales process is weak. Sometimes your content might be too soft. Sometimes your ads are just burning money. But sometimes the business is only showing smoke. The fire started somewhere else. The most dangerous business meeting actually happens in your bed. Those last 10 minutes before you sleep. The day is technically over, but for a founder, there is no clean end of the working day. So you're lying there, staring at the ceiling, and your brain starts holding court. Posting is fucked. The sales are fucked. And because all of those sound like business problems, you treat the whole thing like a business audit. But half the time, it's panic wearing a spreadsheet. You are not calmly diagnosing, you are just spiraling with better vocab. And that is the dangerous part. Because the founder brain is very good at making avoidance sound strategic. I need to rethink the offer. No, maybe you need to send the follow-up email you've been avoiding for 4 days. Or maybe I need better positioning. Well, maybe, or maybe you have not had one honest sales conversation this week. Or you might say, I need a better content strategy. Maybe. Or maybe you are too low energy to say anything sharp, so every post comes out dead. This is why the life and business separation gets messy. People say work-life balance like the business is one box and the founder is another box. That is bullshit at its core. Not because life does not matter. Of course it does. It matters a lot. But when you are the machine, your life is already inside the business. Your sleep, your discipline, your money avoidance, your body well-being, and your emotional drift is inside the same fucking business. And not in a spiritual way. In a very boring operational way. Because, let's face it, if you are tired, decision gets worse. If you avoid money, pricing gets weird. And if you avoid conflict, follow-up gets so soft. If you do not take of your body, your camera presence will drop. Your client presence will drop. If your discipline drifts, the business starts paying the taxes. That does not mean that every business problem is personal. No, I'm not saying that. Sometimes really the sales process might be broken. Sometimes really the offer is actually confusing and people really don't understand what you're selling. The funnel might actually be leaking and you don't know from where. Top, bottom, and sometimes your pricing might be way wrong. And I see this a lot, by the way. And sometimes the customer don't really understand why they should care. So no, I'm not saying fix your life and the business will magically works. No, saying that would actually be nonsense. But what I'm saying is actually more uncomfortable. You need to know which problem you are looking at. Because if you treat a personal avoidance pattern like a marketing problem, you will buy more tools. If you treat a broken offer like a mindset problem, you will journal while revenue keeps bleeding. Both are expensive and both waste time. Both let the real problem stay hidden. This is why you need a diagnostic grid. Not motivation, not therapy as a business plan, certainly not another productivity quote. A grid. Something that forces you to ask, is this a market? Is this a message? Is this an offer? Or is this simply the founder bringing friction into the machine? Because those are different fixes. Very different fixes. If the offer is unclear, you tighten the offer. If follow-up is missing, you build a follow-up rule. If your pricing is wrong, you change the pricing logic. Easy. But if the founder is avoiding money, no pricing spreadsheet will save it. And if the founder is running on 4 hours of sleep, no content calendar will make the voice sharper. If you keep breaking promises to yourself, no CRM will create a follow-up through. The tool will just document the drift. And you have seen it. Sometimes the business is not broken. Sometimes it is just reporting the break. And that line matters because it changes where you look. If the business is broken, you open the business. But if the business is reporting the break, you follow the signal backwards. The missed follow-up might be a sales issue, or it might be avoidance. The weak content might be a messaging issue, or it might be low conviction. Your bad cash flow might be monetization, or it might be simple money discipline. The inconsistent pipeline might be GTM, or it might be a founder who keeps stopping after 3 good days. I know, I've been there. So you do not guess, you map it. And that is the light in this vision. Because the dark version is everything is fucked up and it's all your fault. Might be true, but it's useless. The useful version is the pain is real, but it might be mislabeled. That gives you somewhere to go. You stop blaming everything at once. You stop rebuilding the wrong thing. You stop turning every bad week into an identity crisis. You start asking better questions, actually. Where is the symptom? Where did it start? What keeps repeating? What did I avoid? What would fix it if it were purely business? What would fix it if this were founder behavior? This is how you get out of the fog. Not by pretending life and business are separate, not by turning every revenue problem into therapy, by reading the signal properly. So the next time you are in bed, running the blame list, do not trust the first answer. Do not immediately decide the offer is fucked. Do not immediately decide content is the problem. Maybe it is. But maybe the business is just the loudest place your avoidance can show up. Look at the dashboard, then look in the backyard. Because sometimes the problem is not where the pain is screaming. Sometimes the business is not the wound. Sometimes it's the monitor. And if you want me to look at yours, book the free revenue leak teardown. The link is in the description. See ya.